Hey, what's up, guys? So, today I'm going to share with you a solution to a problem which most of you have been facing. So, I'm sure that many of you have faced the problem where your iPhone 10s Max, your iPhone 10s, or iPhone XR or 10R will simply all of a sudden not be taking smart HDR photos, where your images will not have the HDR mark on top. And this was really confusing. After I initially got my iPhone 10s Max, I was taking photos and was really happy, and they were being marked as HDR. And even the photos, the normal photo was taken beside that, and everything was fine. And all of a sudden, I noticed that even though Smart HDR was turned on and Keep Normal Photo was also turned on, my phone was just at times randomly not marking photos as HDR, and nor was there a normal photo. So this got me worried, and I contacted customer support. They also had no idea what was going on, and I was almost on the verge of going through a lot of hassle to replace this phone. And then I realized something, and thank God I did. So I'm going to share that with you. So before we go into the camera, I'm just going to go into settings. So I'm in my camera settings, as you can see. I'll just do it again. Here we go into camera. So Smart HDR is turned on. So if I open camera now, so this is a very stupid scenario. This is my office. So I'm going to snap this photo. So looking at this photo, see, there is nothing marked on top. So you don't know if it's an HDR photo or not, if you wanted to know. But obviously Smart HDR is doing its bit, but you can't be assured that it's an HDR photo, right? So to determine that, we are going to go and toggle the Keep Normal Photo on. And if you don't know, the only way to know that an image is HDR or not is for you to, like, one of the ways is to know that is to keep normal photo on. And this time when you take a photo, it should take one HDR image and an additional image which is just normal without any HDR processing. So we'll go into camera again, take the photo, the same photo, and when we go in, there is still no HDR. So this is the part which worries most people, and they think that their phone is not working and there is no extra photo and what the hell is going on. So this is where I'm going to give you what I realized. You see, this is a smartphone and this is Smart HDR. It's not normal HDR. So just to be doubly sure, I'm just going to delete both of these images, the previous one and the latest one. Okay. So basically what Smart HDR does is it determines in real time, based on the scenario in which you're taking a photo, if at all HDR needs to be enabled. It's Smart HDR, it's not normal HDR. So only if the phone looks at a certain scenario and decides that yes, Smart HDR indeed is required for this scene, it will take one photo marked as HDR and another photo which is without HDR, and that will just be a normal photo. So as you just saw that even if you go into settings, both of these Smart HDR and Keep Normal Photo are turned on, but nothing was marked. So now, just to give you an example, I'm going to go back into camera. So I'm just going to turn and take a picture of my stupid printer here. And as you can see, there's a bit of shadow right here in this area. It's almost absolutely dark. There is a bit of illumination on the printer, and this part is really bright. So I'm going to snap a photo and go into the Photos app. And as you can see, this time it is marked as HDR. And beside that, there is a normal photo marked as nothing because it's just a normal photo, no HDR. So it's really difficult for you to understand if at all there is a difference, but let's just do this. The photo marked with HDR, I'm going to zoom in. And as you can see, the computer monitor, a bit of it is coming. And you can see that you can make out a bit of what is written and what's there on screen. It's not so bright that it's burned out. In the previous image, the normal one without HDR, it's really bright, and the highlights have been burnt. So HDR is definitely working, but more than that, it's the scenario which determines whether the phone will at all take a Smart HDR photo or not. So there is nothing wrong with your phone. If you don't believe me, I'm going to delete this. Okay, go back to the camera app and snap another photo. Let's see if Smart HDR is going to be required here. Yes. So the phone determined that it does need Smart HDR, and that is why we also have a normal image and one with HDR marked. So it is the phone that determines this. I'm going to go back to the same place, take this photo, go in. As you can see, HDR is not there, so just one photo, and this is the previous photo. So guys, rest assured, there is nothing wrong with your iPhone. It is just that the phone determines whether at all you need Smart HDR for a particular scenario. If it knows that the picture is going to come out A-OK without that, you'll just get a normal photo. If it does decide you need HDR, it will take HDR. But without the keep normal photo turned on, you'll never know whether an image is Smart HDR or not. Maybe if you are a really advanced photographer, if you have been noticing how your photos are taken without HDR, you might realize from the get-go that, okay, HDR was definitely enabled, especially how it handles the shadows and highlights. But if you want to be doubly sure, turn on Smart HDR, turn on keep normal photo, and then take a photo and just delete the normal one, just so that you are absolutely certain that HDR is working. So I repeat, there is nothing wrong with your iPhone, your iPhone XS Max, or iPhone XS or XR. It's just that the phone is smart enough and capable enough to decide when you need the Smart HDR. So hope this helped, guys. Don't go through all the fuss of exchanging your phone or getting a new, new unit. It's just working fine. It's doing its job. So nothing to worry about. Enjoy your iPhone, take a lot of photos, and yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this video. Subscribe to PRcast9 if you haven't already, and do share this video with your friends and family, any of whom who are facing this problem. Now they can rest assured that their phone is working A-OK. As always, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Cheers.